Hello, hello, hello. For all of you that want to donate, 60 seconds-ish on the clock. Basically, when this screen disappears, that donation thing ends. Unless, of course, you know, things are adjusted and stuff like that. People are throwing donations last second, but we've got seconds on the clock. Boom, boom, boom. 4-to-1 donation matching is done here. If you want to throw any last ones in it, I'll be generous if you toss it in and it's like a minute or two late. It's all good. Hello, Dakota. Welcome. Any moment. Once it happens, though, we are locked in. Once it disappears, it's gone. Matching will never exist again for this particular event. Ooh. The danger, the fear, the pain, the inability to match. Oh, that is it. That is time. We will do the final calculations. Boom. As we jump over. Well, I don't want to jump there. I want to jump here. Keep the lo-fi music that should be playing, I think. I do not. I don't know if you can hear this. There's the lo-fi music is playing on my computer, as well as to you, and I think they're off, but I'm not sure what exactly it's about. Why don't we, while taking this opportunity to do so, why don't we take a look here and see what new stuff is available for everybody out here? Alright. It looks like our donation here from Daisy May, I know who that is, adding 2 clocks ticking and a GM preparation. Ooh, that's fun. The GM getting prepped as well. That means on top of that, I am going to be contributing. We're tossing an extra $6.25 in there as well. So let me just do that real quick because it'd be nice to have that up. We can just pop over here. We'll go, let's see, payment details here. Okay, and now let us make the official adjustment. That should be popping in any moment now, theoretically. Any moment. I think it should be up. Just toss the extra $6.25. Oop, that's not right. What are the current donation rewards and current donation totals? You said something about the 300 goal. The easiest thing to do, my friend, is to... Well, I don't know where it is. Hold up. Wait a minute. I got you. This is what you're looking for right here. The donation rewards are listed right there in the link. The current donation total should be at the... Oh, it's not on the top of the screen of this one. We are currently at... Let me actually take a look at the campaign real quick. We are currently at $270.25. And for every $100 we increase, we actually are going to be unlocking a new thing in general. So we've already unlocked the Not a Scratch update, the secret update that is officially announcing that there is going to be a YouTube channel for Not a Scratch that will be uploading. We'll be uploading old episodes and new episodes as they come out on this area. Another avenue to be able to watch Not a Scratch, a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon TTRPG actual play podcast that I run. The $200 tier unlocked the first Ahdurin region YouTube channel unlock, which is that for the next couple of weeks, effectively, I'm going to be having 2 different series running at the same time. We're going to be having 2 uploads a day. The Ranger upload, which is what's been happening for the past couple of days, and then on top of that, the DLC for Scarlet and Violet, which is going to be very exciting. I'm very excited for that because I've already played part of the DLC recording that. That's going to be happening 2 uploads a day. I don't know how exactly that's going to work, but I'll be uploading Ranger at one point, and then Scarlet Violet on the other, until those run out, and the DLC I know is going to be a big thing. The $300 one unlocks the Not a Scratch unlock number 2, which is a new thing that Daisy and Mohammed have no idea about. It's been something I've been working on behind the scenes. We reached $300. I announced that today, as opposed to announcing it when it comes out. $400, the second Ahdurin region unlock, is a special challenge video that I do not want to do, but it's behind that. And then the $500 one, I DM the Unthinkable, which who knows what that's about. Those are the big milestones there. So let me actually check in with the players, see if they are ready. Alright everyone, so it is now officially time to get started with everything. I will be introducing the players shortly. If you've got any friends that have taken this time to go get their water, like water break, juice break, adult beverage break, or just grabbing a snack, whatever it is, don't bug them too much, but just kind of like softly drag them over to the stream again. And while we're here, since this is a perfect transition time, if you want to promote it anywhere you can through the socials, please do so. Mission 3, if it's anything like the first 2 missions, are going to be hectic as heck. With me here now are at least one voice that you recognize because they've been running this entire show, and 2 people that you don't recognize but will soon learn to love, at least more than me. Ta-da, here they are.
Hi, I'm back because I'm here, and this one is going to go absolutely smoothly, because that's how it's going to go.
Oh boy.
I don't have any plans or whatever.
Yay.
I definitely didn't line my pockets with donation assists over the break.
That is true. The main donation that was given, a $25 one, added 2 ticks to a clock, to 2 different clocks that Daisy knows about, because Daisy's the one that donated it, which I get. We'll probably find out in a second. And then also a GM prep die, because those are cheaper, and because Daisy wants to stack the deck against us. Speaking of us, I'm not the only player that's here and back. We've got 2 players that are brand new. If either of you want to just randomly pop in.
Yeah.
Alright, hi, I'm Fennec.
And I'm Sword.
That's right, we've got Fennec and Sword here as my $6.25 matching donation just went through. Does this mean that donations are locked? No! In fact, donations probably matter now more than ever, as we may or may not get to a conclusion of this story. I'll tell you this much, not to stack the deck, but if you donate, it is more likely that a conclusion will happen. Whether it's a good one or a bad one, depends on how you donate.
A conclusion.
A conclusion, yes. Which is very, very fun. We're going to be going for a couple more hours. This is the final mission of the stream. This is the final set of thankmas stuff that I am planning on doing, at least. While you can donate afterwards, the QR code, this stream will be up the entire time. The QR code will be up. The campaign will be up. Donation URL, all those things will be up. Obviously, with this campaign one-shot massive adventure being over, it doesn't really, adding die don't really help too much. Adding dice doesn't really help too much. But donations will still be open. For them to matter, though, this is the best time to do it, right here, right now. So, I've got all the introductory stuff. We've done all the donation updates. So I will toss it over to Daisy.
Yes, hello. I am running. It's tiring because I'm not good at running distance, but I'm still doing it. As I was saying before, I am powered by Dr. Pepper. This is not a sponsor.
If they wanted to. I would be down.
Maybe.
I would not be opposed.
Or actually, I should say, by grocery off-brand Big Dr. K.
Also, if they wanted to sponsor, I'm not picky.
So yeah, we're coming back here. There are going to be some new clocks up for a mission we're going to be going on that we will introduce. Hopefully things go well, right? Everything will be fine. And some mission, or some mission... Hold on, let me speak. Some faction clocks have ticked up, one of which has completed the Ranger Academy.
Ooh, that's fun.
So the Ranger Academy has completed the clock to train those Ranger recruits. So when we come back to our base here after a little bit of rest from the shenanigans that just happened, maybe the Ranger base head was like, everybody take the rest of the day off. Let's have a nap.
After the chaos that's occurred so far.
Because something that happened across the whole island, there's no more electricity.
I wonder why.
The power plant is not really functional right now. So there's very limited electricity based on whatchamacallits, generators that people may have, and a thunderstorm is kind of like rolling in ahead, but it's not like too thunderstormy. It's just like a little thunderstormy, because the size of the thunderstorm can be determined. But our base is kind of quiet as people are coming through to rest and whatnot. There's a big Sharpedo off in the back in the river. And we are going to have a view. Let's look at our two rangers that are with us right now, as I guess they're watching a graduation ceremony, ? For two of our baby ranger recruits. Fennec, will you give us a description of your ranger, please? And kind of like give us an idea of what they are doing, kind of just like to kick back, or how they feel about ranger recruits, some rookies.
Sure.
Kind of graduating here.
My character's name is Holly Brown. I want to say she has like medium length brown hair. She's not very tall. I think she's probably a bit kind of... I want to say she's like politely sitting and watching the ceremony, but isn't too interested in it.
All right. And who is your partner Pokemon? And are they with you right now?
I think the partner Pokemon would be there. Her partner is a Galarian Ponyta named Rhiannon.
All right. Wonderful. So you're kind of just relaxed, sitting there, watching this ceremony.
Yep.
And then, Sword, will you introduce your character a little bit and describe how they are kind of interacting here? Are you interested in the recruit ceremony? Are you kind of just off doing something else?
So my character is Leroy. He's about average height, short cropped red hair. He's watching, but also being distracted because he's just like that, always distractible. And his partner is a Torracat named Casey, who is next to him, trying to get him to play because he's bored.
Perfect. Torracat kind of like playing with some, I don't know, maybe trying to pull the top part out of your styler and play that with that around, knocking things around. You're also a little distracted because there are some new rangers to the island that are visiting. Uramean Island is a little bit separate from the mainland of the Corette region where we are. And so you are like the only ranger station on the island, but some rangers have come across and are talking to. Honoru, will you reintroduce your character after you come back from the hospital?
I feel like is this many days afterward, or is this next day? How far of a...
This is probably like 2-ish days.
Okay,
So like,
gotcha.
you weren't like drastically hurt. You
You're
just
right,
were like
Yeah.
bent.
So I think walking in is Aaron, who's of slightly average height, slightly above average height. Has it has like a lot of cuts throughout his standard ranger uniform. And he gives off like the way I described it earlier, which is sort of the vibe is 45-year-old divorced father that's just kind of done with everything, but also still cares about specific things, namely the bouncing Igglybuff on top of I've described him as a hat, which to me feels like an Indiana Jones-esque hat, almost a fedora. And Igglybuff just kind of like, maybe not bouncing, but kind of like rolling, how those hats have like the indent. Igglybuff is kind of just rolling around on that as I'm probably like leaning up against the wall, just kind of watching how things are going.
I thought you said that you described the Igglybuff as a hat for a second.
The Igglybuff wants to be the hat. It wants to have that.
And you said Indiana Jones style, and I was like, wait, Igglybuff's not that shape.
Igglybuff, which I believe I named them Buffy. So Buffy's up there, kind of just rolling around at the little indent, being like, "Wee," the little like 6-inch slide that I can effectively make.
Yeah, and what's your idea about these rookies, these recruits? Because these are also the same two that dragged you out of the forest when you got conked.
Ultimately, it's appreciation. I think through the recent events, he's more frustrated than anything that he couldn't do much.
Mm-hmm.
But appreciative of the fact that these rangers were able to help him and that everything was all solved, so there's nothing really bad left over from that earlier event, but it's more of just frustration, like, man, my age is getting to me. I think Igglybuff constantly reminds Aaron about this as well, being like, haha, you're old.
Whoa, Igglybuff does? Igglybuff says that?
Igglybuff has that sort of like little brother energy.
And I guess a voice.
Well, I think Igglybuff like every now and then just like purposely droops their eyes and stares at you as if to be like, "Hey, this is you right now."
Yeah. Cool. So the ceremony kind of comes to a close, and these two rookie rangers, their names are Rex and Raquel. They are actually twins. And they both have like dark curly hair. Rex has it like cut a little short. Raquel's got it like pulled up back into two different buns, and they come up to you, Aaron, and are just like, "Hey, what's up? We made it." Gives you big thumbs up. How you doing?
I think Aaron probably offers his hand out just to be like, welcome to the squad. Appreciative of what you do. Igglybuff offers the hand out too, and then slowly realizes my hands are not this long, so just puts it back and just kind of gives like a salute.
And then most of the other rangers kind of filter out for a bit, and we are left with our recruits. We have Aaron here. And then Leroy and Holly are also still here, while a couple of the mysterious, not necessarily mysterious, but unfamiliar rangers from head base, I guess, or not head base, but off on the mainland, come in and start talking to you all, because they have a mission for you. A perfect time for you to train some new recruits.
Oh joy!
Or some new full rangers, rookie rangers now rather than recruits. Get them some air under their wings, and since they are new, they don't have their own partner Pokemon yet, and they need to find that on this mission.
Mhm.
That's part of what the mission is. Here is the lowdown, because we can roll kind of right into engagement with that as you all are going to set off towards where the mission's going to happen. But the two rangers here tell you, like, so we have been tracking some thieves. Got word in from the Ranger Union up top, and they said that some people broke in and stole a bunch of equipment. Stole some stylers, stole some, like, uniforms, actually, and stole, like, a lot of, like, goods, like cash, too. Big heist, it seems. We've been trying to track them down because we need those materials back. And we tracked them far as here. We got some leads on the island, but we've kind of A, run dry a bit, and B, we have realized the situation on this island is a bit more dire than we thought it was. You see some lights flickering again as there's no electricity, there's no lights right now.
I think at this moment, just without any indication, my head starts pounding for no reason.
So, we are going to hang out here, make some calls as much as we can to the union to see if we can get them to come down, get involved, and kind of fix some things out, maybe. But they give you their lead. They say that off west, past the past the Florges forest that you had previously went through, and even though it was almost burned down, it actually is kind of fully, almost back vibrant again, which is strange because it's only been 2 days. And they direct you. They say there is sort of a small island off the coast of Eurymene proper over here, and that is called Drake Island. You, not for the rapper, no relation. You know that this island is kind of like a haven for dragon type Pokemon. Eurymene Island, very heavy in fairy type Pokemon. You know that fairy aura is everywhere. Coincidentally, most of the sea surrounding Eurymene Island is filled with dragon type Pokemon. Dragon and fairy don't mix too well. So this small little island, Drake Island, is where some of them have went to kind of rest a bit if they get into too many spats with fairy type Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
And that is where this squad thinks that these thieves have went and hid out. They want you to find the thieves, and they want you to return or get the materials that they stole. So that all happened, and we are cutting in right on the action of trying to make our way there. So through the three of you, what is your what do you think your main approach is to try and get to the island and find these people and get back their things, or get back the things that were stolen? Fennec or Sword, do you have an idea of how you might approach that?
I think I would try and, in terms of okay. I think I would try and, in terms of my approach, I would try and be try not to be too noticeable as we approach the island.
Okay.
don't want to like set off any alarms or anything.
So you're kind of going more for like a stealth kind of thing.
I
Is
think
that-
so, yeah.
Is that what everybody feels in agreement with?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Cool. Then, a suggestion from someone who had just come back from a previous mission about how to get there comes in and says, "Oh, there's a really cool Sharpedo that is now a ride Pokemon for us. If you need a lift over towards the island, I'm sure it would help."
Sounds perfect.
So, we will roll an engagement roll. So I will get that. We'll take your tier, and I'll roll 2. And we got a 4 and a 5. So pretty good success there. We are in a risky position right now. Because on your way over, you are balancing on the back of a Sharpedo, the 3 of you and your partner Pokemon, a little cautiously, and you're trying to be stealthy as you get on the way through the ocean. But about halfway, maybe closer to full way there, the water starts to stir a bit, and you begin to be circled by 3 Gyarados. And Sharpedo has to stop.
Well, I can't say I wasn't expecting this, but maybe not this specifically.
We are in a risky position of not wanting to fall off. How are we reacting here? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there, Fennec.
Oh, that's okay. I think I would try and use my styler to try and calm the Gyarados.
Okay. So, we are trying to calm this Gyarados here. What does that look like? What action from that list of actions do you feel like you are taking here?
I feel like that could be a sway roll.
Okay. You're trying to sway. You have 2 in sway. Okay, so the position is risky as you're trying to sway. You throw out your styler. And it starts to go around and around. I'm going to say that this is risky standard as your position and effect. So it's still a little dangerous because you're out on the water, you're out on the Sharpedo. But this is a pretty solid action. This is what you do as a ranger. You help calm down some Pokemon. Do you want to either take from the player dice pool to increase the effect, increase your position, and take another dice? You can do all 3 of those if you want. You can take 3 from the pool to do all 3. Someone can assist you for another dice. You can also take 2 stress to gain a dice.
I don't think I'd want to take a die from the pool. I think if someone wants to assist me potentially,
Okay.
Yeah,
I could just take the roll straight up.
I'm down for assisting. I will say, we have 20 die to use, and we are the final group.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. So
if you want to burn through
just
them,
feel free to grab as much as you want.
The previous mission was burning through them like hotcakes, and I think they used 13. So I feel safe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario,
would
I
you
will
like
stack
to
the
use
deck. I will stack the deck by donating.
I'll take 2 from the pool then.
Okay. Are you gonna gain a dice and something else, or are you gonna do position and effect?
I think I would. You may need to remind me what those are. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. So, right now you are sitting at 2 dice, and risky, standard. So the position risky, position in general determines how bad the consequences might be if you fail. So risky is kind of the middle of the road, the regular-ish kind of result. The effect, right now you're sitting at standard, determines how much you'll affect on the actual obstacle. So a standard effect is pretty normal. If you bump it up to great, then that means that you're really kind of kicking into gear. Limited effect means that not a lot is happening, but you're still doing something.
Okay, yeah. I think so if I take from the dice pool, I can make it a better position for myself?
Yeah, you could do all three of those things. You could gain an extra dice, you can improve your position, or you can improve your effect.
I might do all three of them then in that case.
Okay, so we'll take a dice. We'll take so three from the pool for that would be 3d6 at controlled great.
Yeah, okay.
So
I will roll those.
Let's roll those 3d6.
Yep. 3, 3, and 4.
3, 3, and 4. Okay. So let me find these real quick. Controlled great. So on a 4 to 5 in controlled, you hesitate. So you can withdraw and try a different approach, meaning you could try something other than sway. Or you can push forward to do it with a minor consequence, minor complication. Or you would have reduced effect, you suffer less harm, or you end up in a risky position. So would you like to hesitate, withdraw, and try a different approach? Or do you want to push through and do it with a minor consequence?
I think I want to push through and do it with a minor consequence.
Okay. So let me see. What would that consequence be? I think what it is, that complication is that this takes some time. You're in a controlled position, so by pulling out your styler, you had started to calm down the Gyarados a bit. But they're still pretty bulky, and it's a little cautious trying to get them to fully calm down. So taking time means that I'm going to tick some of these clocks on the mission. So let's see. Which one is going to go up? This one. Okay, so the clock for dawn appearing is going to tick up. Which some people in the stream may know what that means now. Maybe. But right now, we probably don't, because it is currently daytime, so it's not nighttime trying to get the sun to rise. But these Gyarados are effectively kind of calmed down. So you have successfully not given away your position by like wildly attacking these Gyarados. And the three of you make it to the island no problem. You are probably on the eastern side of the island right when you land, and it is covered in trees and like big boulders / caverns. You are unsure of like how it all kind of fits together, because I don't know if any of you have been to this island before, but it's usually pretty remote. But it's like thick trees and like dark caverns in these, not quite mountains, but big boulders around the area. And we are asking ourselves now, how are we going to act on our objective, on our obstacle of finding these thieves and trying to get our items back? So, Sword, since we just saw some action from Holly, what is Leroy doing right now as we land to try and like figure out where they are?
I think Leroy is going to try and track them. So
Okay. Are
that would
you
be, I
trying
think,
to hunt? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's see about hunt. Right now, I think the position is controlled because we successfully got here sneakily. So there isn't much of a threat unless you terribly fail a roll and things go poorly. But at a controlled position, I think you'll have a standard effect here with a hunt. Do you want to spend from the pool to get extra dice, extra position, or extra effect because you've already at controlled position? Or do you want to take stress to get extra dice? Or ask for assistance?
Take from the pool to get extra dice and better effect.
Okay. So right now you're sitting at 2d6 controlled great effect on this hunt. What you can spend 2 stress, which stress is just an extra pool of like resolve or reserve that you can use to do things. If you get too much, bad things happen, but you can bump it up to 3 dice if you want, or you can just roll with 2.
I think I'm just going to stick with 2. I don't want to take stress quite yet.
That's totally fine. So that would be 2d6 at a controlled great effect. And so roll 2d6 and take the highest.
This is how many player dice if we're using them?
2.
Higher was a 6.
All right. So that is a
Let's
full
go.
success. Controlled controlled great effect on that. This what does this look like as you're doing this? What does this hunt look like? How are you tracking here?
Very carefully looking at the ground, checking to find their tracks, and making sure not to step on them, and keep everybody else away from them too, so they don't mess up the trail.
Okay. So we're just like looking for prints, looking for things like that, holding others back to not jump over things. And so with a great effect, you actually tick 3 marks. Since the other squad had already kind of helped out, they were looking before, they kind of knew where to lead you, so it started with 1 tick. So you find the thieves' hideout here. You find a like semi-constructed, looks like, I don't want to say corral because it's not like a corral where things are like kept like poorly, but it looks like almost like a dog daycare. If you would go to a doggy daycare, where there'd be like a big open fenced in field for things to run around and play in. You see that kind of like out in a clearing with a partially constructed like building next to it, and there are a few dragon Pokemon running around. You see a like Bagon running around. There is a little Axew running around chasing the Bagon. And so this is what you see like from the woods. You don't see any people yet, but you can tell that this is where people were staying. Have you like exited out of the woods, or are you still like hanging back, or like communicating all of this?
Right now I think I'm just telling everyone else what I'm seeing.
Okay. Aaron, how are you responding to this information? You kind of also followed along, and you notice what I described.
Right. Would I wouldn't recognize... Well, no, there are no people here. Did you mention that there were people? I don't think you did.
No, so you haven't seen any people milling about, but Leroy was able to kind of tell that this is where people have been staying. You know, there's what you might see actually is next to the little partially built building, there's like a coat rack hook, and you see
Gotcha.
a ranger uniform that has a spray painted like dark black outline around like the whatever the ranger symbol is.
Mm-hmm. So I'm not gonna say these are the thieves, but I'm pretty sure you're right. These are the thieves. I think Igglybuff gives a nod of like, of course they are. I figured it out. And could I? I think. Yeah, I think could I survey the situation? I'm just before we walk out here, I'd like to make sure that there isn't anybody that is here.
Yeah. So you're just kind of like, how is this happening? Are you getting a specific vantage point? Are you just kind of like scanning around the area?
I think
Are you looking down at ground or something?
I might use the Pokemon to my advantage here. Igglybuff kind of just like, I don't know if I place them on a tree or if they climb the tree themselves. I'm not sure how athletic Igglybuffs are, but Igglybuff, get up there, stay behind, stay hidden, look around. And so while Igglybuff is getting like a sky view, I'm getting a ground view, and I'm just trying to see, is anybody home before because it's this compared to my idea is it's this. If there's nobody home, we kind of waltz on in and pull out our magnifying glasses to figure out what's next.
Yeah. So that sounds like we're still in a controlled position because we haven't come out from behind the trees yet. But sorry, I just looked at the chat. It is kind of quiet. We'll see. So you're in a controlled position, and we'll start with a standard effect. So controlled standard, and what is your survey?
So survey is 1 dot.
1 dot? Okay. Once again, same options. If you want to spend from the player pool, you can add a dice, add an effect. You can spend stress for dice. I know your favorite thing to do.
Yeah, I'd prefer not to, personally. Seeing as we have the dice here. I think, okay, so we could spend, if we pull from the pool, we can spend it on, what is it? It's effect and the other two.
Position or dice. You're already at a controlled position, though, and there's not much of a higher place you could go with that.
Right. So it's effect, position, and...
You can get an extra dice.
Oh, and then free dice.
Yeah.
I think we have them, so I might as well. I think I will pull 2 from the pool to go for effect, and then bonus die. I'm not going to go stress. Okay. So I think with this, it would be 3d6, right? Because I have the 1.
You have the 1, then you're taking the dice, so that's 2. Did you take stress to increase?
Well, I'm taking 2 die. I'm taking 1 for effect and 1 for bonus, right? Is that meant?
Yeah, so that'd be a bonus die, and then so right now you'd be at 2d6 controlled great. 1 point for dice, 1 point for effect.
Okay, and that's...
And you... or...
Sorry, because my survey is a 1 dot, so that would mean that it's just 1 die rolled, and then I add for effect, that would be 2d6. And then I would add for another thing? Or is it just 2d6 and then maybe stress?
Yeah, if you wanted another dice, you could take stress.
I don't, so I think I'll just take the 1 then.
So 2d6 controlled great.
Right, and that would take a 1 die from the pool or 2 dice from the pool?
2.
2 dice from the pool.
Yeah. We've been calling it a dice pool where it's more of just a point pool where one of the
Right.
things you can spend on is a dice.
Oh, okay. I see. All right. That
Yeah,
makes
yeah,
sense. All right. So we'll add. We'll subtract 2 from there. So this is going to be 2d6. Correct.
Apparently I have an echo coming in.
I'm
Every now
not
and
hearing
then?
it, but
Okay.
we'll see.
I'll try. It might be the way that I was positioned around my mic, so I'll try and reposition.
Just to confirm, I'm rolling 2d6. Correct.
Yes, 2d6.
Okay. So what we got. It's roll. I keep forgetting the roll. So, of course.
Oof. A 3 and a 2. So, on a failure with controlled, you falter. You can press on by seizing a risky opportunity. So, you could change your position to risky and re-roll. Or you can withdraw and try a different approach. So, if you want to roll again, 2d6, it would be risky great.
I will ask my teammates here. What do you recommend? Based on my dice luck today, the dice don't like me, so I don't know if that helps in the suggestion. But what do you guys recommend?
Just today?
Just today,
no.
always.
My dice have not like me. I think since Arc 3 came out. So.
It may be better to I don't know. It might be better to try a different approach then.
Yeah, I think try a different approach.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I think.
What does this look like as you pull back? I think the faltering could be like Igglybuff almost getting too high up or too far away, so that if there was anybody, they might see them.
I think
pressed it into risky. But what is the different approach? You have to do something other than survey.
Yeah, I think I put Igglybuff up on a a low branch and ask Igglybuff to climb, and then it dawns on me, wait a minute, Igglybuff is bright pink. This is not gonna work. And so after climbing up about 5 feet, I'm like, Igglybuff, get back down here. Just go on the other side of the trunk and get back down. As clearly that was not going to be a good strategy. I was hoping to disguise Igglybuff as a berry, but seeing the trees here, probably not having many berries with all the dragon Pokemon eating them, it's like, maybe not, because worst case scenario, you get eaten, and I don't need that in my life. So I think instead of the survey, would I just jump to the next thing? What would be the best idea?
What would that be?
What would that be?
Some suggestions, if you want. You could prowl to like physically get closer and look around things.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. Prowl.
You could try and study.
Ideally, I'd like to study, but I can't. I'm not sure how to manipulate, because study feels like it is almost like a history check of like using prior knowledge. How would you figure this out? And I can't really find a reasonable way to do this without going fourth wall breaking. So I think I might prowl, actually. Saying, okay, clearly we don't have a good vantage point from where we are right now, so let me try to get closer and still be hidden.
Mm-hmm. So, a prowl, you were at controlled great. So I think you're still at controlled great, right? Let me take a look at the wording again. Yeah, you can withdraw and try a different approach. So you are at controlled great on your prowl. But that means we have to rebuild your dice pool. How much do you have in prowl? 1?
Prowl is also 1, yes.
Okay. So that means you have to... The same options. You can pull from the pool to get same things, extra effect, but you're already at great. So you could take 1 for an extra dice. You could also take stress for an extra dice.
So I have an idea. I don't know. It depends obviously on the group here. But there is the option to, if I understand this right, have a group action. where everybody rolls the same
Yes, that is
action,
true.
highest result counts for everybody, and then I would take a stress for everybody who fails.
Hmm.
Would either
So-
of you be opposed to? Do either of you have a reason not to get closer? Do you have some strategy in mind?
Not
I
me.
think I'm fine with that.
Okay. Then in that case, I think I will group action Prowl, which would mean that all three of us are going to roll Prowl. The highest one is the one that happens, and then for each fail that occurs, I would take one stress.
Yeah, okay. So, Sword and Fennec, what is the prowl for Holly and Leroy? Your prowl stat.
1 for Leroy.
Mine is, I have 0.
Okay, so here's how 0 rolls work. We'll all roll prowl. So, Honoru, were you still taking a dice from the pool for yours, or just with your 1?
Before we do that, would I be the only one that's allowed to access the pool, or could Fennec access it currently?
That's a good question. Yeah. Oh, that I didn't particularly think about. What do you what do you feel on that, considering it is your role? For clarity, if you have 0 points in an action, you would roll 2 dice and take the lower one
Right, so like
rather
disadvantage.
than the higher. Yeah. I don't mind saying that we can have other people spend too. So if you wanted to roll just 1 die, Fennec, you could take from the pool as well.
Okay. That's better than I take die from the pool, so I roll more and take the lowest.
Yeah. So
Yeah. So if you take 1, you could roll 1 die.
and then just take that.
And
number.
then-
I might take 1 in that case, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, we give Fennec a die so that all 3 of us, I think, are rolling a single die.
Yeah. So each of you would roll 1, and then if any of them are failures, the action would still go through if one of them succeeds. But if any of them are failures, Aaron would take stress for each failure that appears.
Yeah, so I think that's the best idea. So I will subtract the dice pool by 1 on my end. That drops us from 13 to 12 now. And then all 3 of us are going to roll a single d6.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can feel the tension.
2.
3.
5.
Oof. So we got a success, but unfortunately, Aaron, you have to take 2 stress
All right, that's.
because there were 2 fails.
I'm wondering. I feel like this is still better having, because the way I've interpreted this is that all 3 of us are able to theoretically, or all 3 of us are getting through, and I just take the 2 stress points of damage.
Yeah. You would
Okay.
take the 2 stress, which would basically be like you see something about to happen, and you're like, oh, no, don't do that.
I just gotta like pull them before they set off. Insert trap here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
I would rather do that because
That's a creaky floorboard.
Assuming the roll would have been the same, me by myself on this side with full stress versus all 3 of us on this side with me having slightly less stress, I would prefer the latter, so I don't mind this.
All right. And also to help signify that, the stress here, I did tick the clock up 1 based on time because we had to kind of pull back and reset and go again.
Which clock ticked up 1?
I clicked dawn appears by 1.
Oh boy.
And I think as you enter in the house, the little building there, another clock is going to tick as you get closer to something unknowingly. Something psychic happens. How does it feel when you step across a barrier and seemingly enter into a different location. Honored, with your leading that action, you'll probably be the first to step in. Aaron steps in, and it's almost like passing through a filter, like going over your body, and the room is different. What is one thing that's different inside this room? Like a little strange, a little weird, a little psychic.
I think so. You let me know if this makes sense or not. So this is, well, let me start this off. In terms of generalities, this is a room. There's no weird. It's not like we walked through and we popped out inside of like an icy cavern or anything.
No, it's still a room. Although it looked incomplete from the outside, it now looks complete from the inside.
Okay, so I almost think like maybe not construction material necessarily. But there was, when looking from the outside, it looks like it was just layering the walls, where you could sort of tell, like, oh, that's supposed to be a desk, that's supposed to be a bookshelf. And then as I step through, I think I almost run into a fully completed desk. That's just like lying against the wall. So I was kind of like, I think partly because of, we can add this to the stress, trying to quickly rush on in as we reach near the exit, or entrance, I suppose. Rush on in and then just stop moments before like the edge of a desk pops out, and then it's just really...
Also, quick question: do you have the? I think I can hear the music from the stream coming through your mic as you're talking.
Oh gosh, is that why?
Just like in the background. That might have been the echo, the source of the echo there. I'm not sure if that is what's happening.
Yeah, I can hear that a bit as well.
Maybe it's settings.
Okay, well, while that's being figured out then, Aaron walks in and basically trips over a desk. Holly, you were probably coming in behind. As you hear, what is something else that is weird?
So besides the room looks different from outside than it does from inside?
Yeah, or something strange that could be happening.
Okay. What is inside the room?
That is a good question. I guess you can sort of make something up if you want something to be in here, but for now, since we have a desk, we had some bookshelves, I think it's generally like an office sort of space.
Right, okay. So I feel like from the inside, the room looks... I feel like it looks like there's more stuff in the room, like the building as a whole, than it should have been from the side of the building from the outside.
Just more things kind of packed in here.
Like the space looks bigger than it should be, I think.
Yeah, okay. I think specifically what you notice is it looks larger, and then the surface of the walls look a little different. Instead of wood like it looked on the outside, there was some it's like pink stone, actually. And that kind of extends backwards. And then, Leroy, as you walk in, what is something that feels off, feels psychic-y here? Feels weird?
Maybe the texture of something just isn't quite right.
Okay.
Like the texture of the floor, it looks like one thing, but when I put a hand to it, it feels like it should be something else.
Yeah. I'm thinking maybe it almost feels like there's like a layer of water that you're like moving through on the surfaces, maybe? Like, so it's like slow and slick. Does that sound like the right direction of texture?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you're in this space and it just feels a little off. I'm going to ask each of you to roll a resolve resist. So resisting is when something weird happens, or you want to resist a consequence. You roll a number of dice to resist it, but take stress for it. So since there's weird stuff going on, each of you are going to have to resist to continue on not being like phased by this. See how much stress it is. So Leroy, it looks like you have one tick in command, or no, one tick in attune,
Yeah, one
and
is
and nothing else underneath the resolve category. So your resist will be rolling 1d6 for resolve.
okay. That's a 4.
Okay. So you go ahead and mark 2 stress on your player sheet as 6 minus 2 is 4. Nope, 6 minus 4 is 2. And you kind of like shrug off this odd feeling, but it's still there. It's still a little strange, but you're able to get through. You're like, yeah, sure, weird things happen. Holly, it looks like your resolve is 2 because you have points in consort and sway. So go ahead and roll 2d6 to resolve resist this.
Right?
2 things.
That's a 3
Okay. Daisy,
and a 4.
3. Yes. What's up?
sorry, 3 and a 4 for
Yeah.
Holly. 2 questions. Are we able to add
Yep.
player dice for this?
That's a good question. I mean, I guess I don't see why not.
Cool.
We hadn't been
Appreciate it.
previously, but if you want, we can.
I would appreciate it because my resolve is 1. So and
So a 3 and a 4 for Holly. So that would be another 2. So mark
Yep.
2 stress or stamina off of your character, as you also kind of shrug this off. And then Aaron, you had 1 resolve, but
Got
then
one
want to spend a dice.
I do. Something that you might like, though. We just recently got a $30 donation from Eli, who has added 3 clock ticking things. And they specified which one.
Uh-huh.
You can tell by their comment. They said, let's let Tapu Koko cook. So we add 3 things to the Tapu Koko one.
Oh
Sound
boy.
Would you like me to roll, or
This
would you
is
like
gonna
that to
get
happen first?
fun. Oh, go ahead and roll, because that's gonna be important.
Okay, I've got 1 item on my resolve right now. I can add an additional 1, correct?
Yes. So that'd be 2.
So I'm going to add 1 player dice roll that makes it 2d6, right?
Yes.
All right. So let me change player pool. We are down to 11 for my fellow players here,
Yes.
and I'm going to roll. Get to it here. /roll 2d6. We're going to take the higher. I'm saying this out loud so that it doesn't bite me in the butt. We get a 5.
A 5, okay.
I'm not instantly stressed out because last time I did this, I got 2 nat 1s. So let's not have that.
So that's 1 stress for you.
Correct.
You can go ahead and mark that.
I'm down to 6.
Don't worry, because you'll probably be about to mark more.
Yep.
Let me. I'm so excited. Before we fully resolve the Tapu Koko, I'm gonna once again say that. So Aaron, as you go through, you also shrug off the weird psychic energy, and the view from outside this hut we kind of zoom out. The players, the characters in there don't see this happening. Even if they look out a window, they don't see it happening yet. But those threatening clouds I was talking about earlier, they've gotten bigger and they are covering the entire island. And they're very staticky. Some lightning starts coming out of there. Some thunder's booming. And I guess you can hear a rooster cawing. It's the only noise that I would attribute, I guess. Because it's chicken time. And in a lightning flash, you can see the silhouette of Tapu Koko in the clouds.
Oh joy.
And rain starts pouring. Okay. Looks like Echo is still back. So let me try. I don't want to completely mess up my levels. Let's see. While I'm talking now, is there potentially any echo?
I'm not
Trying to
able to
see if
hear
it's
it on.
only-
I'm not able to hear it on my end.
Yeah. I'm
I don't hear any
wondering
echo.
I'm wondering if it is just like reverberating through your audio, Anirudh. When I was talking, but if it
Oh, it's
is
gone.
on and off, hopefully I can we're just not gonna move from this position that I'm in. Hopefully that works.
This could be maybe potentially why YouTube is telling me the audio stream's current bitrate of 0 is lower than the recommended bitrate, which I would agree.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, indeed. Okay. I am trying to figure out what happens first.
Yeah, you can do that. I'm gonna be muted for a second or two while I test audio out.
The pressure has kind of been building up in this session so far, and it's about to crack, I think. So thank you, Eli. You hear footsteps now in the in this room you're in, or kind of room. It looks like it extends further back, like Holly was noticing that pink sort of rock. And it sounds like splashing, kind of. And you notice 4 figures kind of like running down towards you out of essentially what looked like a very deep extended cave. And they look panicked. They push past you, not even really noticing you until like a second moments of notice. Like, wait, there's people here. Why are there people here? You do see all 4 of them wearing that similar uniform. Like I said, like the ranger uniform, but a black outline around the symbol. And they do have stylers on their arm, but they have also been spray painted matte black, so they don't look like your colorful ones. These 4 people push past you, and like they disappear as they run basically through the wall, because the wall was finished when you walked in here. Unless any of you have any other big concepts, big ideas, are you following? Because these are them. These are the thieves.
Yeah, I guess we're following.
Yeah, if these are the thieves, I think we better go after them.
I don't see why not. Yeah.
You leave the weird psychic area again. and I'm gonna have to have you roll another resolve resist, um, because you step outside, um, and hovering above the small island you're on, you see Tapu Koko
Oh
just there.
joy!
Oh,
Um,
You said
and
another
I'm
resolve,
gonna-
correct?
Yes, another resolve, please.
Okay, I'm gonna dip into the pool again for this because I might as well. I'm currently at 6 stress, so there is the theoretical possibility that bad things could happen.
And I'm
Another
adding
full.
another clock.
That doesn't sound good.
I'm going to try and roll something other than a 3 or 4 on this dice. That's a
So-
2 and 5.
Ooh, okay, good. So Leroy, you rolled a 4, so that's another 2 stress for you, so you're up to 4. Holly, you rolled a 5, so that is 1 stress for you, so you're at 3. Okay,
Yep.
y'all are pretty good at facing off some legendaries. Aaron, what is yours? Are you taking another dice from the pool to roll
I
two?
am, so with my already 1 resolve, that means I'm rolling 2d6 and taking the higher.
Mm-hmm.
Please give me something good. A 6!
Ooh, no stress. You have been prepping for this moment.
I've been waiting for this since Igglybuff was born.
You were ready to walk outside and look a chicken in the face.
I knew it was you the whole time.
So, I added another clock onto the board. It says Coco is pissed
I don't like this clock.
because Tapu Coco's very mad right now as thunder is raging down. You see a bolt. Oh, not thunder. Lightning is raging down. Because that's how that works. Although Pokemon doesn't seem to care about lightning versus thunder, I guess. Anyway, a lightning bolt strikes the building that you just left. There's no fire. There's no nothing. It's just gone. Clouds are swirling. Those 4 people who ran out are going to like grab the Bagon and the Axew who are running around, and they're like cradling them and like looking up at Tapu Koko. Scared. Y'all have some time to act since you successfully shrugged off the stress, or got the stress and shrugged off that stun. What's happening? Holly or Leroy, I think you were the first to kind of like jump out before Aaron. What even is your thought to do in this moment?
I think I am going to try and ignore Tapu Koko and focus on stopping the thieves.
Okay. What does that action look like?
I think I'm going to want to try and like I'm probably going to try and get my partner Pokemon to try and like grab them with telekinesis or something to try and stop them from moving, something like that.
Ooh, okay. What action do you feel that fits?
That's a great question. I probably a skirmish, I think.
Okay.
Maybe in a tune? I'm not sure. One of those.
Those are definitely 2 that I think fit. I'll say you have 0 in both of them.
I do have 0 in both of them.
So
If
you can.
if you want to tell me the plan, I could try and skirmish.
That could work.
You
'Cause
could
I have
also
2 in skirmish.
Yeah, you could also be assisting in a different role. So like if you wanted Leroy to go in and skirmish with Casey, the Tor cat, to try and like stop them from doing stuff, you could then have your Ponyta Rhiannon do something as an assist, which would improve the effect or position. But
I think
also,
that would be better.
we do have the
yeah.
dice pool, and you can take stress.
do
so
have
you
the
could
dice
potentially roll 2.
Yeah, because I don't know how I could. I feel like it'd be kind of cheap to try and work what I want to do into one of the roles I have points in, but I think I might try and take an assist on this one.
Okay, so what I'll say is, if you want, you can assist Leroy, or Leroy could assist you here.
I think I'll assist Leroy.
Okay, so to assist, you'll have to take 1 stress, so that will
Yep.
put you up to 4.
Yep.
And then Leroy, will you describe how you and Casey, your Tora cat, are running into to skirmish with these 4 characters?
Okay. So Casey and I are going to run to them and try and cut them off, and if they try and go around, we'll keep them from leaving. And if need be, start throwing punches.
Okay. I like that. I like that image. You're just like sliding in. Storm still raging. I think that means we're in a desperate position, especially if you are ignoring the big angry god in the sky.
Does it help if I yell out, "I got it"? Does that make things less
No, but
desperate?
Igglybuff does maybe.
Igglybuff screams out in a deeper voice than I do, which I've been jealous about since birth. I've got this. Like, alright, just go full Venom voice, right? Just go deep into your soul. Just Igglybuff blurts out, "I've got this."
So, Leroy, you are sitting at 2d6 right now, and I think it is a desperate standard result. If you with the assist from Holly, you can move the position or the effect up. So you could no, wait, never mind. That's a setup. Assist is just an extra dice. So you would get 3d6, a desperate standard here. You can spend from the dice pool to increase that to risky standard, or to risky great, or desperate great, if you want to be that way.
I will spend from the dice pool to take this to risky great.
Okay, so you're at risky great, and that's 2 from our player pool. I have 2 in my GM pool, and I don't know if I want to save them, but this could be the spot to do it. You have 3D, and it's risky great. Oh, okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna spend 1 to knock you to desperate, so it'll be desperate great. So there's 1 out of the GM pool and 1 and 2 out of the player pool.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
go ahead and roll 3d6 at a desperate great position effect. Thunder still clapping in the sky, lightning bolts flashing, ominously illuminating Tapu Koko, who does a rooster scream.
Highest is a 4.
Highest is a 4. Okay, so that's still a success, a mixed success. Was desperate, you do it, but there is a consequence. You suffer severe harm, a serious complication occurs, you have reduced effect. So we were at risky great. So that means the effect is probably going to go down to 2 instead of 3 ticks. Let me pop that in. and something psychic happens again. That's a tick that's going to come up. That's a complication. And we are desperate here, so I am going to have you take the level 2 harm. What is something that is like stunned or shocked, but a little more severe? Because those both sound like level 1. I think you are going to take... You're going to take the level 2 harm, Terrified. Because you are blocking their path. Oh wait, actually hold up. I ticked the wrong clock because you weren't on the Tapu Koko one. You were affecting these. So that is 2 there. You weren't paying attention to Rooster, and you almost got hit with a lightning bolt. And your hair's on end. But you have gotten in the way of these people trying to flee, and kind of tried to like grab them. You and Toracat were able to kind of like wrestle around the oh my goodness, my brain is is faltering. Wrestle around the ones who hadn't scooped up the Pokemon. So there were 4 of them. 2 of them grabbed the Axew and Bagon, and you have grabbed the other 2. If you want to resist the consequence, the level 2 harm, you can. You would once again be rolling a resist. I would probably suggest doing it unless you think you're going to end up getting 5. Because at a level 2 harm, you have less 1 dice for everything. But actually also we have the dice pool. So you can always grab from there. Up to you. You can either resist or keep terrified.
I will try and resist.
Yeah, how do you feel like you are resisting? Are you resisting through like sheer will and trying to like power through this fear? Are you resisting with like prowess and physical ability by just like being quick enough to get out of the way or being attentive to other ones? Or are you trying to like use insight maybe?
I think I'm just trying to be fast enough that I can not get hit, or I can avoid any kind of lightning or whatever.
Cool. So that sounds like you're resisting with prowess. So you can resist with 2d6. You can also take a dice from the dice pool if you want for that, but that's up to you.
Might as well.
So 3d6.
Go. Huh. 6.
A 6?
Yes.
All right. So you take no stress from that, and you are bumped to a. Where did I just type that? There. Here we go. You're bumped from terrified to like a level 1 harm of shocked. So you're not at a level 2 harm. You're at level 1, but no stress taken. You're still like, oh dang, there's something to be on the lookout for. You're shocked, but you can still like, you're still doing good. You're still in there. No stress. Incredible. So Holly's coming in too. We have most of our people restrained. Aaron, what do you do right now before something else happens?
Okay, so I've been thinking about this.
That was very vague, but
what do you do before something happens? That works. Let me just. Okay, so very I do not know if this will work. Can I... Actually, wait, before I do that, how much of a success was the action that Leroy just took? Like, do I need to worry about the Shadow Rangers much? As someone who has not paid attention to them, but instead focusing on Tapu Koko?
They are at 2 out of 4 ticks, so they're like kind of halfway restrained. They probably won't focus on you much. Or actually, you know what? I'll say, because the clock is get the items back. So I think they're probably completely restrained there. Because 2 of them were carrying things. So you probably don't really have to worry about them interrupting you in any way. But they are still there, and the items that were stolen have still remained.
Okay.
But Tapu Koko is still there. Menacing. Almost struck one of your companions with lightning.
Can I... It's going to sound really dumb. Can I command Tapu Koko to go away?
Once again, someone tries to command a legendary Pokemon. You can certainly try.
If we want to be a little bit more in story-wise, I can use either command Tapu Koko to go away or command Tapu Koko to listen to this Igglybuff sing.
What do you think Aaron and Igglybuff would do?
I think our biggest focus is to get Tapu Koko out of the fight. Not necessarily out of the situation at hand, just not sending electricity anywhere. And so with that, I don't necessarily know. I would prefer putting Tapu Koko to... I don't know, via Sing, or some equivalent Igglybuff rockin' out map. Which... I don't know how...
So, I will say, you'll need to take things in order to really help out, because most things against Tapu Koko right now are going to start off at a 0 effect, because Tapu Koko is, again, tier 5. Especially things like command. Tapu Koko not really is taking commands from people.
Okay.
You can do the things to get dice, like spend from our player pool, or take stress to get dice, or have somebody assist.
Okay, so currently at 0, I could what? If I tried to command it, how many dice could I max it out at?
Okay. I also misspoke a little bit about dice. Your dice wouldn't necessarily change, but the position would need to change. So, if you tried to command it, you have what in command? 2?
I have 2 in
So
command.
you'd have 2 dice. You're starting at a 0 effect, so you would be able to take 1 from the pool to up it to a limited effect.
Right.
It's desperate, so that'd be desperate limited. You could then take stress and another one from the pool to make it 4d6 desperate limited. And let me see. You can get a bonus die, help someone. Action. You could have somebody help out in a way. How do we get more effect here? I'm trying to see. If you had time for another player to set up an action for you, you could increase the effect. But right now it's looking like spending 2 from the pool and taking 2 stress will get you 4 dice desperate limited.
Yeah, why not? Let's go for it. I think... I don't know if I can... What sounds more reasonable? Commanding... Yeah, what sounds more reasonable in this chaotic situation? Commanding Tapu Koko to go away, or commanding Tapu Koko to listen to Igglybuff sing? Which one seems more like a command? Or could both? Because command to go away feels like a standard command thing of don't be here. That seems straightforward. I don't know if I'm manipulating it too much by saying I command you to listen, like as opposed to get away from here.
I would say you would probably have to have a different action for Igglybuff to than
Yeah.
sing,
I figured
because that feels more like in a tune. You can command to like kind of get Tapu Koko to like look at Igglybuff, but then you would probably have to make another tune roll,
Right, yeah. I would
which you
prefer,
have 0 in right now.
I have 0. I would prefer not to do that. What my first thought was command Tapu Koko to be like, your enemies are the one that look like the Shadow Rangers. Attack them instead. Which
Who knows who Tapu Koko's enemies are?
well, I'm assuming
I
Tapu
do.
Koko isn't colorblind, so at the very least, it'd be like, hey, this outfit not trying to harm you. That outfit is trying to harm you. Whether or not that's reality or not remains to be seen. I think one problem at a time. I'll ask the team. Do either of you, beyond the fact that this idea is just generally chaotic in a nutshell, would you prefer I send an angry Tapu Koko your way or away?
Probably away, honestly.
I feel,
Yeah, I think away would be better.
Cool. All right, so I'm maxing out as many dice as I can by myself to command Tapu Koko to get away. Like whichever direction they are in, I'm pointing in the I'm pointing to like New Zealand, not here, just there.
So you have taken 2 from the pool, and taken 2 stress to add an extra dice. So you have four dice, and you are rolling Desperate Limited.
Right. So I take 2 from the pool. I'm rolling 4d6 Desperate Limited with 2 stress taken.
Yep. I really hope you.
I have
You
maxed
get a
out my
crit.
odds as much as I can. The music right now, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how much you can hear, but the music right now fits the mood really.
Good.
All right, I know it's gonna reach a boiling point, so I kind of want to do it when it happens. Hold up. All right,
That's a 6.
that's a 6. Not a crit, but that is a 6.
Not a crit, but that means success. So, which Desperate is real rough if you don't always get a 6.
Right.
We mark our limited effect on our clock for Tapu Koko, who's pissed. We get 1 tick.
Whoa.
And much like when the other crew was facing down Tapu Fini, the success is you are commanding him. He's not fully going away, but he is like distracted from what was happening.
I think that's effectively what it is. I do the equivalent of, hey, Tapu Koko, what's that over there? Stall!
I think a lightning bolt flashes right in front of you, not hitting you, but almost as like a challenge from Tapu Koko, who like backs up a bit,
We doing a staring
it's just
contest,
like-
bro?
intently looking at you, like bouncing up and down, like it does, and just goes "Caw, caw, caw, caw," or whatever rooster noise it makes.
I think pulls up the sleeves, kind of not necessarily to fight back, but to show I appreciate the challenge offer. And then I think just grumbling underneath, it's like, Igglybuff, I haven't boxed since my college days. Do I gotta box this guy? All right, stretch the bones out a little bit.
As I had said before we did that action, I said, Enrude, what action do you take before I do a thing?
Yeah, what's the thing? Is the thing gonna be boxing? I got a mean right hook. I'm not gonna lie.
The thing is something psychic.
No.
That's fine.
it's-
It doesn't matter. It's not like
It's big
stress is
psychic.
important or anything.
Because you're all gonna have to roll another resolve resist. I'm sorry.
It's
Okay.
fine. It's cool. I'm gonna pull from the dice pool because I'm using them all. We're down to after I do this, we're down to 4, by the way. So, audience at home, you want this to end on a high note?
Coming out from the cave behind you, is Tapu Lele.
Hey, I found your kid. Ta-da!
Can I pull from the dice pool to roll 2d6 instead of?
Instead of 1, yeah, you can pull a dice from the player pool to roll 2.
Okay.
Okay,
I'm
so
rolling 2.
So are we all taking an extra one? Or
I'm not taking an extra.
okay, so it's minus. So I'm gonna take 1. You're gonna take 1. That's minus. So we're down to 3 now. Eli's asking, did the something psychic tick twice?
Yes,
Okay.
because something happened.
Because the psychic thing is happening.
Yep.
Alright.
Here goes
2.
something.
5.
Double nat ones.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, no.
Okay. So
5 and 6. Like I said, I was
5
a
and
boxing
6.
champ. I ain't scared of nobody.
okay, Aaron, you're taking 0. Holly, what did you roll?
2 and 5, so 5.
5. So you take 1. That puts you up to 5.
That-
And then Leroy, you rolled nat 1s, right?
Yep.
Okay. Here's something that happens because on top of that resolve, another strange thing happens, and you all get to reduce your stress by 1. So, Leroy, that would put you up 4. So instead of 9, you're teetering at 8, which is still very risky, but you're not out yet. Aaron's feeling great.
Is this effectively a heal of 1, or are we taking an extra loss?
No, you're removing 1, so you're healing 1.
Okay, gotcha. Alright.
Yeah.
Oh, so I'm actually up 1. That's right. See 2 Tapus. I like to think, because the way that I built Aaron is like a combo of leadership and study guy. So somehow I feel like, because I have a 2 in study, so not necessarily for role purposes, but just like I've been preparing for a fight with the Tapus since I wrote my PhD paper, and now it's here. And now I got 2 of them.
Time has also been ticking, so more clocks are going. It's just clocks on clocks on clocks.
Speaking of clocks, Eli is asking, is it possible to turn that something psychic backwards at all, or is that just a clock? I'm like, it happened.
It's happened. So if turning it back would mean Tapu Fini goes away, or Tapu Lele goes away, which isn't fictionally something that might happen. What would end up happening is with Tapu Fini, oh my gosh, why do I keep wanting to say Tapu Fini? Is Tapu Fini also here?
Which one?
This is Tapu Lele. This is the psychic one, Fini's water.
Okay, yeah, you want the second. Okay.
Yeah. More clocks. This one is Tapu Fini is convincing. We'll call it.
Lele.
Yep, Tapu Lele. There we go. Man, Tapu Fini jumps out of the water, and Tapu Bulu comes out of the ground. They're all here. No, not yet. Not yet.
Okay, I didn't want to fight all 4 of you. I wanted to fight 1 of you, preferably with my Igloo. This is a little too much for me. I'm not gonna lie.
So yes, you had a little bit of a scare there, but a little bit of a respite, because while Tapu Fini is terrifying, the wave that is washing over you...
It's not Fini, it's Lele.
Tapu Lele. I think I just don't like saying that word.
What, Lele?
Yeah, my mouth just doesn't go to that, like, position of speech. Naturally, like F seems so much more natural than L.
Okay, so for audience
Tapu
purposes, just
Fele?
to confirm, Lele is behind us. That's the psychic one. Coco, right? Is it Coco?
Yeah,
Coco is in front of us, and I'm currently having a loud argument with it.
Yeah, and Tapu Fini is not here.
Tapu Fini, the water one, is not here. We've already dealt with Tapu Fini. We chucked a computer at it, I think, if I remember correctly.
Dawn appearing is potentially a bad thing. For transparency purposes of what we saw in the last arc, the people who call themselves the New Dawn are like the quote unquote evil team here, who recruited Roger Redwing after the catastrophe of the last incident with Tapu Fini, because that one was Tapu Fini. So Dawn showing up, they have some motive that was unclear. Out of character, we also know that they are the ones responsible for the fire in the first mission. Okay. Also, I realized that my clock says Tapu Fini as well. That might also be why I kept saying it. Because it is Tapu Lele. Oh. Okay. Whew. Two legendaries are staring each other down in the air. One of them is looking at Aaron. Everybody is a little tense right now. I also realized that this whole time we were supposed to have two ranger recruits or ranger rookies with us that I had said at the beginning.
Are they with us? Because
they fell off the torpedo.
That would kind of suck.
Oh, no, they swam here. No.
I think once we got the Gyarados, we each took a Gyarados and they took the torpedo.
For interesting purposes, I actually think maybe both of them took a Gyarados as their partner Pokemon.
Why not? Hey guys, congratulations! Here's your graduation gift, a Gyarados.
Because they just really fell in love with Gyarados. Yes. Brain processing. Because I think they are going to join in. They're not going to do too much, but they do show up and they're a little scared, but they have big Gyarados. Let's take a look at our situation here.
Let's remind everybody, including ourselves, what's up.
We've got some Shadow Rangers who are tied up, or maybe not necessarily tied up. I don't know. Would Leroy and Holly tie up these Rangers, or would they like catch them and be like trying to talk to them?
I think Leroy would be more inclined to just tie them up.
Yeah,
Okay.
if we have things on us to like, if we have like stuff on us to capture them. No, I don't know what word I'm thinking for. Restrain them.
Mm-hmm. So they're there with you, tied up, and the ones that were holding the Axew in the bag on, just start pleading with you. They say, please, you have to get out of here. You have to take them with you.
Holy
this is not
smokes.
a good space.
Maybe it's a slightly better space. As we've gotten a $50 donation from Eli to help again. This adds 4 items to the Ranger prep. Does that math work out right? Make sure that's right. That's not what I want. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so 4 dice to the Rangers. So we've got 4 extra dice. And then the dawn clock goes back 2 ticks. So I believe that makes it empty.
Ooh. The dawn clock's at 3, so it'll drop it to 1.
Okay, so it drops to 1. And then we've got 4 extra dice in the pool. Ranger folks.
Okay, a little extra pressure off. I think we to represent what's happening there. We flash to a boat in the water that gets struck by
The 3rd Gyarados.
a lightning,
Well, no,
and we
that also works. Yeah.
we
I was just wondering what happened to that
we
3rd
see-
Gyarados because we're all here. The 2 of them are with the partners. I can imagine one of us is just like, "Hey, 3rd Gyarados, if anyone shows up, don't." And then Gyarados is like, "All right, bet."
we see them floating on top of a Gyarados, I think, but maybe it was their own. And I think one of them that starts swimming towards the island is notably Roger Redwing. The others are like, all right, we're piecing out, but Roger is determined. So Papu's in the sky. We had these Shadow Rangers pleading with you to please take these Pokemon and flee. Get out of here. It is dangerous. They need a space. I don't care if you take us in. You can have the stuff. If Roger appears, maybe you can pop in, but we'll have to see because it's getting pretty chaotic. What's our response here? The Shadow Rangers are saying, take the stuff back. I don't care. Just make sure these Pokemon get to safety. There's more in the cave, and then another one is saying, don't hurt Lele. They're not part of this.
I think I'm going to try and go back into the cave to get the Pokemon out, because this doesn't seem like a situation that's really good for any of us.
We're all in a predicament here.
And that we can really deal with. I think like we could judging the situation, I don't think we can fight legendary Pokemon. I think we can try and rescue the Pokemon in there though. I think that's what Holly's going to do.
So the rest of the crew then, are you wanting to maybe switch to an evacuate plan? Or I guess specifically Aaron with your mighty resolve still trying to stare down Tapu Koko.
Would I overhear? I'd be able to hear what the Shadow
Yeah,
Rangers
I think
said.
so. Yeah. Even though it's like raging thunder, for some reason you can all still hear. Maybe it's the psychic echoing. Or my echoing, I guess.
Yeah, I think... And it's dawning on me, I really could use some persuasive abilities, but I have none. I just tell people what to do and hope they do it.
Flex your muscles.
I don't have those
I'm
either.
swaying you.
Look, my job is to tell people what to do and then go into my lab to proceed to actually do what I do. Is there any way I can manipulate any of these? Eh. That's not gonna work. I don't think... Oh, okay. Well, Alright, so I have an idea. I don't know how logical it makes sense, but maybe it's an idea. Could I use study to find a place that these Pokemon could go to? Does that make sense? Using the lay of the land. 'Cause the way that I've established my character is somebody that knows this region really well, the specific area really well. So could I don't know, could I have a destination in mind for where the Shadow Rangers want this? What am I saying? Do I have a destination in mind for where we could put the Pokemon that the Shadow Rangers have stuffed in the cave, basically?
Do you mean on the island, or like the small island you're on, or like the main island?
It doesn't sound like there's... Did the Shadow Rangers have... Did they care if they were on or off the island, or did they just say, don't be here with the dangerous?
They said take them away. The island you're on right now, this lakeside Drake Island, is relatively small. So like anywhere on here may be in danger.
Right. I think in that case, I'm trying to think of somewhere in the main island that would be a safe place for them.
I think regardless, I don't think you'll have to study for that because you'll know that is far enough away from what is happening here.
Okay. All right.
Mostly, I'm asking because if you all are changing your plan to get out, then I would have to put on a clock that says "Escape Drake Island."
I think, and I'll ask my other players, Holly, Leroy, are we switching our plans here? I feel like we found what we were looking for, so now it's just a matter of... Like, we found the bad guys, we'll go take them, take the Pokemon too. Maybe, solve 2 problems at once.
Yeah, that sounds like the best course of action. I think we probably better just get out of here before it gets worse.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's the idea.
I'm gonna drop a clock then. 4-step clock that says "Escape Drake Island."
Okay, then that way.
And I forget who had asked. Was it Leroy or Holly who asked to run back to the cave to get the other Pokemon that the Shadow Rangers mentioned? Okay. So, would this be an action? Yeah, I think. How are you making sure that you get them out safely?
I think I might look and see if there's another exit that maybe goes out somewhere like further away from the conflict.
Okay. I might suggest, would you want to lead a group action?
Sure.
Okay. This could be, if you're, I mean, whatever action you feel like you're doing more of, either leading a survey action maybe, or my other thought could be finesse, but also if you can make a case for any of the others.
I think survey probably fits the best.
Okay. So,
because I'm trying to specifically look for a way out.
Yeah. Is everyone good with a group action of survey?
I'm down.
Okay. Yeah. Looks like we all have 1 in survey.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, Holly, you're at 3d6 for survey. And
okay.
I think it's going to be desperate standard.
Do we not each roll for?
You do each roll.
Oh, and then Holly
true.
specifically
you do each
has
roll. Yeah.
Holly
No, Holly has 1. Sorry.
Okay,
sorry.
so we're each rolling.
The 3 total. You
Yeah.
each roll. Yeah. I was just compacting in my brain.
Mm-hmm.
So it's desperate standard right now. You each have 1 die for this group action. Do you want to grab any from the pool?
I think so, yes.
Okay.
How many do we have in the pool?
We have 7.
Looks like there's 7 right now.
Okay, I'll take 2, I think.
For... Are you taking 1 for die and 1 for...
1 for die and 1 for position, I think.
Okay, so that bumps you up to risky standard, and you have
Yes.
2, and then... Aaron, are you taking any? Leroy, are you taking any?
I'm taking 1 for an extra die.
Okay. So
Minus
2 dice for Leroy, 2 dice for Holly. Aaron?
Do I want to take one? Do you think we'd be fine with 3 dice left over? Because right now
Right
we'll have.
now there's
It's 7 minus
3
3
left
right
over.
now. They're holding on to 3. I could take a 4th, which would leave us with 3 remaining going forward. How?
I mean,
You know,
I think that's probably pretty good. Because escaping is a 4-step clock. If you succeed on a standard, that's 2 ticks. So you'd only have 2 more ticks.
Mhm.
And once you quote unquote escape, you'll probably be able to make it to base.
How much
easily
stress
enough.
do you have? Holly's running this, right? How much stress do you have?
I have 4.
Because that's the other thing to balance. More dice is more possible dice that come up failures, and the leader takes 1 stress for every failed dice, regardless of
Yes.
the total success.
Oh, it's not. If I roll like a 5 and a 1, Holly would still take 1 stress.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, then I don't think I would add a die then. Because what would adding?
It
Is
increases
adding-
the likelihood of a success if nobody else rolled a success, but it would also increase the likelihood of adding a stress.
I think for your sake, Holly, I guess I'm not gonna add a die.
Yep.
So I'm just gonna roll 1 die.
I think we should be good with 5, hopefully.
We'll have 4, right? Because I think Elroy's taking, or not Elroy, Leroy's taking 1.
Yeah, so Holly will be
Well,
rolling 2, Leroy
yes.
will be rolling 2, and you'll be rolling 1.
Correct. Which is using up 3
So-
dice, because Holly is using 2
Yes.
dice pool, Leroy is using 1.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. What
That
are...
was a 2. And 6.
Okay, we've got a success there.
That's a
We
6,
also have
baby.
1
Let's
fail.
go. Let's go.
We've got another success, which means it's a critical success.
Got a 5 and a 3.
5 and a 3. Okay, so Holly, you have to mark 2 stress, but
Yep.
we have a critical success. That means the effect is increased, so you're at great effect, which is 3 ticks on that clock. There's 1 more tick left. What Pokemon do you find at the back of this cave? And what is the exit, like the secret exit on the other side that you have found? What does it look like?
I feel like the Pokemon in the cave are going to likewise be dragon types, so maybe there's like some, probably a few more like Agon and Axew, but maybe some also like, there's some Gibble, there might be some Trapinch, could be some Dino as well, that's similar kind of like first stage dragon types.
Yeah, we got a lot of those, and I think considering you were all surveying, searching, with those, a thing you notice is all of these dragon type Pokemon, they have like, not necessarily bandages, but if this was like a TV show for sake of showing the audience that these Pokemon were hurt and being taken care of, they would have little bandages
Yes.
on. So
Okay,
you
yeah. notice
notice that on all of these Pokemon. As you find them, you kind of gather them up, and what does the exit look like that you found? Is it just like a hole to the ocean, just bare ocean, and you have to get Sharpedo to come over? Maybe is it I don't know, a boat is there?
I feel like it would make sense to be a tunnel like directly out to the ocean. I want to say there might be a boat there.
Okay.
Probably not like a very big one, but
Let's see then. Okay. Yeah. So there's a boat there, and you have the Shadow Rangers in tow. You have a bunch of Pokemon in there getting ready. Just based around time passing, I've made a tick on the Tapu Lele is convincing, which zooming out perspective, the audience would see that like Tapu Koko is still like being all pissed and raging, but Tapu Lele is talking to it. Like things around the island start floating in the air. Like a tree gets pulled up out of the ground, is just floating as Lele is talking. Orbs of water actually start pulling out of the ocean. And we zoom back in as you are clambering into this boat. And there's one more obstacle in your escape. I don't know if you want to jump back in, Roger, but I think Roger Redwing is climbing up the boat soaking wet. You don't have to like do a whole thing, but if you wanted to at least type in the chat or something, if you're still here actually, what you think your action would be, or like how would you try to stop people from leaving, or try and blow past, or would you just be there trying to run past to the thing? I'll leave a couple bit of time in here to see. Otherwise I'll
stream delay probably.
Yeah, otherwise I'll make
I think this
make
is
a choice, but
this is a good point, both for stalling purposes and also because I've been meaning to do this. A while ago, we broke through the $300 milestone, which is very, very exciting, for multiple reasons. One, we broke through $300. That's very cool. Two, the specific milestone itself is Not a Scratch Unlock 2, the new thing that Daisy and Muhammad do not know exist, but they're finding out right now. They don't have to worry. It's not extra effort from them. I want to tell all of you that as of a couple of weeks ago, I have begun the novelization process of Not a Scratch. I'm writing a book, multiple books in fact, heavily inspired by the Not a Scratch series. The only thing is, because obviously I can't write and publish a book where Pokemon are involved, because you know Pokemon be Pokemon. I'm humanizing it, turning it into if for some ridiculous reason it becomes the next greatest thing, it's the equivalent of like a Percy Jackson series. But I wanted to announce that now. That's a thing. Not a Scratch, but in book form. So Arc Zero is already under quote unquote production. It is going to be like a small book thingy thing. Ideally, I can get physical copies, which I know how to do it. It's just a matter of like pre-orders and all that. I'm still writing it, obviously, but that should be expected sometime early 2024, I think. I mean, I'm gonna use video game terms here of like early 2024, which would be anywhere from January 1st to like, I don't know, May 30th, I think, depending on how early is defined. But hopefully, this is gonna be one of those things I work on with spare time. Ideally, it's roughly Zero comes out, and then every 6-ish months, the next one comes out. So, there you go. It is not. Dakota brings up a good point. This is not the history book. They are not going to be the same. There will be differences between that book and this book for a variety of reasons. One, Pokemon being Pokemon. Yeah, I can't implement that directly. There are some things I'm changing. I'm not taking a one-for-one copy and paste of the podcast and turning that into a book. But I will be novelizing it, probably cleaning up the plot points that don't make sense in hindsight and various other things to make it more like a standard book. I mean, I could go Game of Thrones and just kind of retcon myself into making everything make sense, but I would prefer not to do that. But that is the announcement. The books are available there. And also, another thing that I wanted to add right now, if you have donated anything during this stream, or if you donate anytime during this campaign, so that's the entirety of December, effectively, if you donate at any point in time, for the thankmas stream, and I can recognize who you are. So please make sure that your donations at least have an email or something that I can contact. But anybody that does that will get the Arc Zero book for free, like a what's it called? The virtual version. What is it? Ebook? There you go. Like an ebook version of it for free. And then everybody else will pay the $1.99. I'll probably charge for it. But that's the announcement. Pure Glaceon, we are requesting your assistance regarding the actions of your character. That is the announcement. Ta-da.
You said audiobook. Is there going to be an audiobook?
The audiobook technically is the podcast. I'm not gonna lie.
True.
I could. I will. I'll approach that when we get to it. If there is an audiobook, I might do it like most audiobooks where it's just one guy with this narrator. So my narrative voice of, and then Kyle decided to continue on this adventure. I'm not sure what's happening, Kyle said. Along those lines. Where I just
depending on how chunky it is, I could do that too for you.
Well, yes, but also Daisy, you don't show up the way that my publishing schedule theoretically works. You're not going to show up until 2027 or something.
This is true.
If you want to be Rose, if you want to be someone else, maybe. At the very least, that's a thing. So yay, ta-da! I'm excited for it.
And yes, Roger is the last obstacle before they escape the island. You don't have to jump in voice unless you want to, but we're asking what you think what is his obstacle? What is his puzzle? Or what is his thing that they have to overcome as they are in a boat with a bunch of Pokemon, and Roger swam here from half of the ocean. All right, we've got a Glaceon jumping on, maybe. As the storm is raging above, and we hear Tapu Koko shrilling cry again, and Tapu Lele pleading back. The boat is rocking in the waves as they crest and fall. Perhaps somewhere in the distance, you hear other two Tapus crying out too. Who knows?
You just hear in the distance, but I want to shoot electricity. We don't shoot electricity at the innocent folk. How do you know they're innocent? Did they do anything? That one guy was giving me a weird look. He looked like he wanted to box me. He was just responding in kind. Well, I want to respond with a lightning bolt. Thank you very much. Pure Glaceon, welcome. You got everything set up?
Hi. I missed the last.
Yeah, we're just asking. So, I got some echo there coming. Hold on. We were just asking how Roger might respond or pose an obstacle to the characters who are trying to escape the island right now on a boat full of Pokemon who need to get out.
Okay.
As you climb up the boat, dripping after swimming half of the way here.
Has the characters the power plant?
We are way far away from that actually right now. We are on this island all off to the west over there. Drake Island that they're trying to escape.
Far away from that.
Yeah.
Quick
mission.
thing.
Yes.
Glaceon, you're very quiet, and I've tried to boost you up, but even that's still a little too quiet. Are you far away from a mic, or?
I turned my gain up. Is that better?
Not particularly.
Okay. That might be of something because I'm on my tablet instead of my PC. I can't change my gain. Gain up. It's not working.
I believe there's a way that you can, either via the mic itself or.
So I have the gain knob on here, and I currently have it at max. Is that not anything?
It's not, but it might be where you're. This might be a bit odd. If you speak into the mic's area, it's definitely going to get louder. But it might look weird.
Is this any better?
That is better.
Yeah.
You have the static, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was literally speaking literally from my mic.
Right, so maybe 12 millimeters instead of that.
Is this any better? I am now 2 inches away.
This is pretty good, I think.
That seems good.
Okay.
Yep. This.
Okay, I have my mic on the edge of my desk. Okay, so Igor is on this... not Igor, jeez. Roger is on this island, part of the evil team now, and he is trying to stop the people from escaping. Can Roger see what the crew is?
Well, so hold on, my cat is bumping into my mic. They're on a boat, and you've basically just like crawled up on it.
A couple of thinky things, real quick.
Mostly just need like one visual action
Well, this is
for
easy.
them to overcome.
Roger, you basically handed this to me. So what you're saying is Roger needs to find a way to sink this boat. Lucille is still with me, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to use command and tell Lucille to use an ore sphere on the hull of the boat.
Okay, so
Daisy,
Ranger Party, you see
really quickly.
Yes.
Because depending on this, maybe something will change. The Tapu Lele clock. Right? Tapu Lele clock. The Tapu Lele clock has been cleared. We have added 3 additional spots to the Tapu Lele clock.
Oh.
So the Tapu Lele clock is full. And
That does change a lot.
and Fennec also with the $20 donation. Fennec, there's no incentives put here. Did you just want to donate for donation, or?
No, I just wanted to do that. I just didn't want to affect anything while I was playing.
Gotcha. All good. Thank you for the donation.
I wanted to reach the milestone.
Did we get to another milestone? All right, we'll get to that when we finish this because we've been sticking on this scene for a while.
So, here's a cool thing. The Tapu Lele clock fills completely, which then triggers something else I had that completely fills the Tapu Koko clock. The Tapu Koko clock is full, which means that anger is now directed. So we actually don't have to get a roll here, because we see this Lucario winding up an Aurasphere, but as that's happening, you feel a big rush just like sink across the island, and instantly all of you can clear 2 stress.
Ooh, fun.
And then you hear a shrill cry and a crack of lightning. And then Lucario and Roger are not there. I don't know where they went. I think Tapu Koko has
Oh
them.
gosh.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry for dragging you into this
So-
tier list and only for you to disappear instantaneously.
Right,
Fine. I'll go.
right as the plan was being maniacally given. I think Roger reciting what was heard from the other members of the New Dawn, saying, "Our plan is to capture all the Tapus so we can usher in a new dawn." And then lightning crack, snatch, boat clear, water's calm. Y'all can go now.
We can just get in the boat and go back to
Yep.
headquarters.
Yep.
Are we not gonna talk about that? Are we not? You know what? No, let's not talk about. All right, cool. We got all the Pokemon right.
To process.
We got everybody. Axew, Dratini, Igglybuff. All right, you're on top of the head. All right, sweet. I think we're good. Right. Countdown.
Yep.
All right, sweet. Everybody who can row.
And I think we see some of the Shadow Rangers even still like kind of tied up, like grabbing oars, rowing too. And then at some point, Rex and Raquel come swinging in on their Gyarados and are like pushing it along. But the sky is perfectly clear now. There's no more storm. You all happily make it back to your base. Yeah. what's a final scene from everybody?
I think my scene is very small. It's just me going to my room, trying to. I think as the mission is ending, the aura that's given off is, "Yep, we've done it again." I knew this would happen. The whole full confidence. Igglybuff kind of emulated the same thing on top of the head. But then as we reach the ranger base and I head into whatever the equivalent of my room would be, everyone can hear it despite me trying to be quiet. Of just like sigh of relief, and then kind of like take Igglybuff off of my fedora hat, put him on my shoulder, just give Buffy a nod of like, we still got it, and then walk inside my room.
Okay. A scene or an ending scene from Holly or Leroy.
I think Holly's going to go and try and write up a report. She's gonna put the report form, mission report form down on her desk. She's gonna sit down, pick up a pen, and then have no idea how to summarize what happened. And then I think she's just gonna decide to put it off and go to bed.
And what about Leroy?
I think Leroy's not even going to bother with report, having no idea where to even start, and instead is just going to be like, forget this, I'm going to bed, I'll deal with this in the morning. And Casey, in classic cat fashion, is just going to get up on his chest and not even care about how comfortable he is, or rather, is not.
Oh, I like that. And then I think the next day we just see a quick scene of whoever the captain at this ranger base is, other than Aaron, talking to the shadow ranger people, and looks like they're trying to make a deal of okay, you could do ranger stuff, but you gotta be with us. You could start another ranger base on the island.
Wait, we can have another ranger base. Yeah, we can have another ranger base. That's wild. That's insane. It's bonkers. I got to do it. I got to do it just because of recent times. One of the Shadow Rangers has this weird accent that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Just talking about, yeah, you know how it is. We got to start another Ranger base. You guys we got the north side, we got south side, we got east side, we got west side. We'll do central side. That's a side, right? Yeah. What's up?
And
let's get it.
They have a Piplup partner, is that right?
Maybe. I don't. The Piplup speaking the exact same voice. Yeah, you know how it is. But first off, we start off with an operation, okay? We play the game. This is the Piplup talking to all the other partner Pokemon. We start off. Look, first off, we're gonna start off with a Western base, because the Western base is the Western for Beston, and then Eastern for Leastern, and then Northern for none your business. Southern's down south.
And then, as the Shadow Rangers are led off by our new rookie Rangers, Raquel and Rex, who now are their leaders, our view pans to hidden sort of base that's built into the side of a cliff on the island, where you see a bunch of people in matte gray evil team costumes running around. And the last scene is just all four of the Tapus slowly descending in front of the base. And then the screen goes dark and says the end.
We did it.
We did it! Yay! All it took was, like Fran suggested, donated plot armor. And we did it.
Oh my gosh, that would have been... Oh, that island was about to not exist.
So,
just to let you know, that small island.
So, Daisy, is this what you expected?
Honestly? Kinda.
Alright, this is a clear sign Daisy's been hanging out with me too much.
Oh my gosh, that was really fun.
This music back up.
I'll pass it back to you then, Honored, because I don't know if I could talk because I'm smiling too much.
Daisy, as the GM, everyone at home, we're listening to this. Let's give Daisy specifically a round of applause for everything that they did throughout this entire adventure. I'm going to be honest, despite the fact that my name is on this, Daisy did significantly more work than I did for this specific event. So, applause for Daisy. Shout out to you. There you go. Sound. I'm assuming everyone can hear that.
I did, yeah, at least.
So thank you for Daisy. Thank you, of course, to our 2 players for mission number 3, Fennec, Sword and Buckler. Thank you so much for joining on in. Shout out to Pure Glaceon for the 12.5-second cameo.
Yeah,
Thank you for having us.
This was a lot of fun.
I'm glad that everyone enjoyed. And then finally, I want to thank everybody at home. Give yourselves a round of applause for just watching through this, regardless of when you're watching this, whether it's live right here, right now, whether it's afterwards just watching the stream VOD. Maybe I break this down to missions, I'm not 100% sure, and turn them into separate videos either on the main channel or on the stream VOD. Wherever or however you're watching this, shout out to you, because together in just about, what would that be, in 8 hours? In just under 8 hours, we raised just over $400, which is very impressive, I have to say, because all the other streams we've done in the past have been longer, which is why they have higher amounts. This might be, if not around, slightly better in terms of dollars per hour that were raised. And of course, that's during the event itself. Afterwards, again, as you can see, not only now, but in all of the uploads for December, the QR code on any of the Ahdurin region videos, the QR code for this event will be in one of the corners. I'll have to figure this out when I actually make the videos. So donations can even increase afterwards. Again, while they unfortunately will not go towards this event, seeing as the event has already happened, any donation is, of course, greatly appreciated. So I'm a business guy. I'm an econ background and studying more econ stuff. So I have to say this for my fellow business folks. All of this, I believe, can be tax write-offs. So if you need to write off some extra tax stuff, toss it our way, because why not? I think that is basically oh, no, it's not. I'm lying. What am I talking about? We hit an entire new milestone that I just refuse to talk about. So this fits more for the Ahdurin region YouTube audience, where we unlock a dangerous challenge. I'm going to be honest. I did not want this. Fennec, I'm low-key blaming you. I'm not, but I am. That we reached this goal.
It's alright.
Because I didn't want to do it. Because I had briefly started it and then decided, no, I don't feel like doing this. But now I'm going to see it through. So as you may know, some of the biggest videos on this channel, everyone at home, biggest videos on this channel, the more popular ones, are the Pokemon Challenge videos, where I go through Pokemon mystery dungeons, typically, with a not normal set, like going through as 2 Dittos, which I've done both in Blue Rescue Team and Explorers of Sky, or going through with 2 Chikorritas, or going through as the members of Team Skull, or various other groups. I started this a while ago, and I didn't like it, so I didn't want to do it, but now I'm going to see it through. I'm going to try to beat Pokemon Explorers of Sky with 2 Shedinja. I'm gonna tell you right now, I got through maybe like a dungeon and a half. It is not a fun experience, but I'm doing this for you. He points towards the audience that may or may not even watch the video, but whatever. We're doing that challenge. When it'll be uploaded, ideally by the end of the month. That, of course, depends on when I finish it, which, who knows. So that's a challenge there as well. If, in case, we do reach the $500 goal limit, there is a milestone for that, where I DM something. It was a secret. I'll reveal it now. If we do reach $500, I'm doing a one-shot of straight-up regular old D&D. I don't even know who the players are, but I will do something I have never done before, and that is play Dungeons and Dragons. So, if you're interested, if you want to donate, you can do so there. I may or may not, depending on how things work, add additional milestones, whether or not they appear on Tiltify, the site that's hosting this, or just tossed in the Discord. Remains to be seen, but if you're not a Discord member, you could probably join the Discord, get access to all of the Ahdurin region content stuff, including the Ahdurin region YouTube channel, the Twitch stream that may or may not really exist, the various podcasts that I do, which is my biggest claim to fame, etc., etc. If you haven't liked the stream, do so because it's over. That's a good sign, by the way, that it's over. It's a thing. Thank you so much, everyone that's been listening, watching, and supporting in any way, shape, or form that you do. I am going to transition over to a screen that we have not seen for a while, and that is... wait, I gotta find it because my screens are very small. Where'd it go? I can't find it. Oh boy, I lost it. Wait, no, here it is. Ta-da! The ending screen. Boom. We are transitioning over to the end here. Thank you, everyone, for listening, watching, and supporting. For the folks that are on the Discord call right now, if you want to say bye, go for it, because, you know, because you can.
Hi, everyone.
Bye.
And bye, everyone, and thank you to everyone who played. This was so much fun, and I had a wonderful time.
Thank you, everyone, for listening, watching, and supporting in any way, shape, or form that you do. Until next time, oh boy, I need to start doing multiple uploads. Oh boy, well, until then, everyone, take care.